continuing the chapter. 2 soldiers down here, and that's it for now. And an archer. But we don't talk about that archer. Not until we open this door. I suppose I should take this opportunity now to talk about the system that returning characters run on. If someone is from Path of Radiance is level 20 and class changed, then any stats that are maxed out will carry over into this game as a bonus. A clear data bonus, as they were. So, if your HP is maxed out, for most characters this is 60, then they'll start out with an extra 5 points. Pretty cool, right? Their other 7 stats, they'll gain 2 points if they're maxed out. Some of these bonuses are impossible, but, you know, they are there, they exist. And that's about it. Also, any A supports that they had with other characters will carry over into this game as bond supports. So, keep that in mind as well, if you want to take advantage of that. The exception to the stat gain is Soph, because he is the only character in Path of Radiance who did not class change. Instead, if he's level 20 with clear data, he'll his stats will just carry over, regardless of how much higher or lower than his base stats in Radiant Dawn would be. So, he can start out with more luck than he's supposed to, in that case. Also, since his resistance, if it's 16 or higher when he's level 20, it'll just revert back to 15. Which is kind of funny. So yeah, bear that in mind as well. It's because of this feature that returning characters end up being pretty overpowered in Radiant Dawn. If used, if you allot the stats appropriately. You can reach, but you can't. Okay. No, this is fine though, because like I mentioned in an earlier episode, enemies are more likely to target. Well, actually, no, maybe I don't think I mentioned this either, but like, well, I did mention that if you're disarmed, then enemies are more likely to attack you. But NPCs especially are more likely to be targeted by enemies, at least from my experience. Get a little more distance here. Okay. Yeah, that last wave of reinforcements must not be until I move down a little more. I think it's once you move past the armors, or maybe even like this formation here, where all the enemies will start moving towards you. Fun fact, this archer will move, but he won't attack on the first turn he moves, so make note of that. I don't think this soldier moves at all until we, encourage everybody else. And that is what we call chips and dip. Good start. I want to take out this archer before we open the door. Probably should I move out of the way last turn, though. I can fix that. Not yet, not yet. Oh yeah, he's fine. In fact, I may have encouraged him to run. So instead, how about we push him aside and take the initiative while we can. Hold on, will he survive this next guy? Yeah. Yeah, he will. 11 AS, 22 attack. I do get 1 point speed penalty, but I have enough defense to survive, plus the terrain bonus. Yeah. Excellent. Okay, open the door. Because Micaiah gets so many different actions as the leader, the menu here can actually split into like, oops. Like if you have 10 commands or more, it'll split into like a grid. So you'll have a set here, and then to my right it'll be, and there'll be another short set. I have a funny picture of it that I would be more than willing to share, but it's on my cell phone, so. Sharing that right now would not be very easy, so. See, I can move south down to coax one of those other two guys to come up as well. But we'll take it slow. Perfect. Pick up. Put down. Here's the hand axe fighter. Okay, just two. Good, good. I'm not playing this chapter super optimally, I mean, as you may have guessed, but the goal is to survive, so that's what I'm most concerned about right now. Not trying to play for, you know, brownie points, as it were. I can steal your steel axe, that's cool. Yeah. Oh. Same accuracy, more power, more metabots. That sucks. Kurt, you stay where you are. Okay, you're gonna run. Now the soldier's gonna move up. I gotta be really careful while I place Kurt here, because, again, if any of us move past a certain point or area, then we're gonna get swarmed. I barrowed them one up. Nice. Ouch. Yeah, that's what biorhythm looks like when it's not in your favor. It's yeah. Well, that plus terrain. At least don't have to worry about weapon triangle. Nice. Pretty sure the soldier will run away. 21 attack to my 3 defense. I will not survive. Either which way. You know what I can do, though? Yeah, that. That way, in case he does decide to move, he did not. Good. Good, 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 good. It's the last thing I need right now. course, I have to put Micaiah down, and if I want to use any order or direct... You guys can come out of hiding. He's switching places, but there's another heal hedge there, so that makes sense. Yeah, we can turn animations back on. Sure. That sounds good to me. This guy doesn't move. I don't think the Armor Knight moves either. These two will move if they're attacked, or, you know, after a certain amount of time. This guy I don't think moves at all. Getting closer to Sanctuary. Getting closer to Sanctuary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So right here. I'm going for it. I'm gonna go for it. You won't get away. I'll slice through you like a hot knife through cold butter. Rare footage of enemies using herbs. 2 spaces away from the boss. I can kill him now if I wanted to. But it'd be smarter if I block this path first. That's a lot safer. Oh yeah, I should talk about horseback units. They function very similarly to how they did before. High movement. And they have this skill now, Kento. This is the remove ability that they had in previous games. It's a skill now. It takes up some capacity, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's better to have it and not need it. And in most cases, you're gonna need it. Pegasus Knights and Wyvern Knights also have this skill, so look forward to that once we get more of them. Yeah. Move. Move. There. Safety. I also got the support bonus for Soth, so he'll be okay for a little while. Remember, longbows have normal accuracy if they're used from 2 spaces away. There goes that soldier. I may be over-exaggerating here, but trust me, this part of the chapter is scary. Especially after everything I've done up to this point. It could all go to waste. And I don't want that to happen. Past that yellow square is Sanctuary. And I want it. Speed. I like speed. Let's move you out of the longbow range. There. There. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. It would be incredibly dickish if the boss, like, went up past the shrubs and then, like, through this door all the way around long way. Thankfully, he's not doing that. I'm really thankful he's not doing that. Okay. $13 with a crit rate. Excuse me. I think I have my answer. There's one archer left with a steel bow. I need the accuracy. Need the accuracy. Stay. NPCs also grant bonus experience if they escape as well. We're also going to get tiny chunks when for any combat that Kurt took part in. I want to see what happens this turn. But I also really want to survive. Yeah, let's just start running. I don't trust this anymore. I don't trust anything anymore. Let's just go. Two for the price of one. There! We did it! Yes! Oh, that's a relief. Thank you so much, all of you. Because of your bravery, I can finally rejoin my merchant caravan. Still, coming back to Navasa, I'm stunned at the terrible state of things. Who would have thought that Benyon would rule with such an iron fist? They run your nation with boundless cruelty, looting the towns and sending your able-bodied men to capes. Camps, sorry. Breaks my heart. They make me miss Ashgard, Dane's late Mad King, and I never thought I'd say that. At least he never tried to destroy Crimea as a country.
What do you mean by that?
People make a country. One person, even a noble king. And it does not a country make. And a strong country only exists when its people are strong. As Benyang crushes the citizenry, it slowly destroys Dayan. The dastards are treating Dayan like a nation of slaves. If this persists, Dayan's strength will be sapped, and the nation itself will cease to be.
Then what should we do? What can we do to save our country?
There is a rumor. If it's true, there might be hope. Look there, George. Don't go sprouting off rumors.
No, I want to know. If there's a shred of hope for us, tell me.
Well, the rumor is that King Ashnard left an orphan behind.
Really? Is that true?
King Ashnard had a child? Why have I never heard of this? It's just a rumor, nothing more. But if it's true, it would be a strike of great fortune for Dayan. In the last war, Crimea refused a scion of a royal family to unify its people and rally a liberation army. So could Dayan. And drive out the loathsome Benyon.
So where is this orphan?
According to the rumor, he's in the east, near the Desert of Death, trying to raise an army to lay claim to the throne. Shall we go there? Micaiah, what do you think?
In the desert, an important encounter awaits us. It shall be one that changes the shape of our future.
Well, that's it then. We must go to the desert to meet our destiny. The DTD, as it were. Chapter 4, A Distant Voice. Sanctuary! I am so glad to be back at base. So glad. Okay, I can breathe. This game's not gonna get it. It's not gonna get any easier, but I can breathe. So, base, the meat of the game, is back, and even meatier than ever. If you thought base was awesome in Path of Radiance, you're gonna love it in Radiant Dawn. Trust me. It's definitely one of my favorite things about this game. I could sit here for hours on end. In fact, I've done it before. So, let's look through our info conversations and see what we get here. They function the same as before, although you don't get as many 2-star conversations, so you're not going to get a lot of gameplay tips. 1 star means it's, characters talking, relationships, and, lore and world building. 2 stars usually mean gameplay tips, like I mentioned before. This is the only 2-star conversation in the game, however. And then 3-star conversations usually means, they are going to get something out of it, whether it's an item or a new character, something. With this conversation right here being a peculiar exception, and this is something that was changed over from the Japanese version. So, with the little time I have left, let's read.
So, have you noticed?
Yes, ever since we arrived here. What should we do?
I can't sense any malice. Whoever it is doesn't seem to mean us any harm, but yes, let's do it.
Alright, on 3 then. 1, 2, 3!
Ah! Hey! There, now we can see your face.
You're a girl.
I'm sorry. No, wait, please don't run. My name is Micaiah. Don't be afraid.
Have you gone mad? Don't tell her your name. We're on the run, remember?
It's alright. She's not after us. This is my brother, Soph. We're from Navasa. Oh, hi there. And you are? I'm Meg.
What are you doing out here on the edge of the desert?
I'm looking for someone. Someone very important. Someone close to my heart.
All by yourself?
Yes.
You're meeting someone way out here?
I'm not sure exactly. All I know is that this is where he came before he disappeared. I thought maybe he went into the desert. What a coincidence then. We're also looking for someone in the desert. Would you like to come along? Really? Are you sure? Of course. Oh, thank you. I've been so lonely since I left Crimea all on my own.
You came all the way from Crimea. I'm surprised you made it this far.
That's it then. Welcome aboard, Meg. You're one of us now.
Sweet, new ally. I'll talk about her later. Oh, there you are. Can I have a word with you?
I'm Muston. How may I help you?
Relax, honey. I'm here to tell you all about our business. You like to shop, don't you? Let me guess. You want to sell us weapons and other items, am I right? That's right. Our inventory changes depending on where we are and what time it is. But one thing is always the same. We guarantee fair prices, so stop by whenever you can.
Do you carry tomes?
Yep. Fire, thunder, wind, light. We've got your basics covered.
My shop also has lots of staves and medicine. Oh, and I have recently made some key connections. Now I carry some very rare items. They're one of a kind and very valuable. You should come have a look. Rare weapons, too. Honestly, you should buy them before someone else does. At these prices, they're bound to sell quickly.
Well, that's our spiel. Thanks for listening.
Do come by. We'll be waiting.
Well, hello. Don't mind us. We won't take but a moment of your time.
Hello, George. Hello, Daniel.
We just wanted to tell you a little bit about what we can do for you. I've already told her. George will buy from us any items or weapons that we no longer need. And Daniel... Hey, excuse me, we're here to talk to Micaiah, not to some stuffy know-it-all punk.
George, don't be rude.
I'm sorry about that, South. Anyway, we just wanted to tell you about some changes we made to our business. Alright then, I'll keep my mouth shut as long as Daniel does the talking.
Thank you. So, what do you have, Daniel?
Hey, thanks for asking. I got a guy who's a master blacksmith. He makes weapons you wouldn't believe, and they're not available anywhere else.
Hey, thanks a lot, George. I make weapons too. Pretty good ones if I do say so myself. It's just, customs have been extremely tight lately. Raw materials are so hard to come by. Which reminds me, if you ever have weapons you don't need, would you sell them to us? Yes, please. Actually, even better, sell me your weapons and I'll give them to Daniel. Then he can smell them down and use the steel for newer, shinier pieces. It costs some money to upgrade weapons, but hey, let's face it, it's worth the money. Owning a custom-made weapon sets you apart from the common soldier. Oh, and here's a one-time deal only. I won't even charge you materials for your first upgrade. Pretty nice, huh? Now you have no excuse not to come by. Got that, Micaiah? Yes, thank you. One last thing. If you ever bring me a coin, I'll give you a little bonus on whatever I'm making for you. They're very rare, so be sure to hang on to them. Don't sell them to some stranger. In JP, this normally would have given you 100 forging points. Forging points are a lost mechanic to Radiant Dawn where you, well, like the brothers mentioned, you sell stuff to George, you get forging points for it, you spend those forging points plus money on forged weapons to Daniel, and you need a set amount of forging points for different types of weapons, so iron, steel, silver, etc. to do that. This was a very complicated and convoluted mechanic, and it's not hard to understand why this was taken out of International. So now, you just use gold to forge weapons, and I'll go over that a little later too. What are you doing out here, Kurt? Hello, Micaiah. Pay me no mind. I'm just watching the desert. How the wind changes the sandscape, the ebb and flow of the dunes like giant swells in the ocean. I find it mesmerizing. Is this your first time in the desert? Yes, my homeland is ringed with mountains. Everything about Dan looks new and curious to my eyes. I see. You have not asked. I'm sorry? You have not asked me who I am or where I am from. Not just you, Micaiah, but the others as well. No one seeks to know who I am. You seem to not to want to talk about yourself, am I right? Yes, quite right. That's why no one asks. People could tell when someone wants privacy. Many of us desire privacy too. Kurt, you are not our enemy. I know that much. You're kind and gentle. That is all I need to know. Thank you. Okay, I looked at my camera and I do have a little bit of juice left, so... Item storage is pretty much the same as before. You can trade with other characters to move stuff around. Pick up any items you... Pick up and drop off any items that you may need or not need. Use anything that's usable, or get rid of anything you don't want, but you're better off selling it if it's valuable. Shops. Muston sells weapons. We also have bronze weapons available for the first time ever. These are weaker than iron weapons, but they're very easy to wield, and they also don't have a critical bonus, so your crit rate will always be 0 with this. They're just there for training, basically. Imy's shop is a lot different now. She still sells staves and regular items, as it were, but now she has a bargain bin. Every chapter, this lineup will change. So... come here often, make sure you have a little bit of money with you, because she might have something you want. And yeah, these are some pretty cool items. For the most part. George will buy your stuff. And forging. I'll go over that in the next video.
The managed screen is more or less the same. You can distribute bonus experience that you've acquired throughout the chapters. This time, however, used to only be able to give someone 100 points at a time. Now you can do more than that, as much as your total pool will allow. We won't be seeing a lot of this on hard mode, however, because your BXP, the rate at which you earn that is cut in half from normal mode. Skills. Skills have received a dramatic improvement. Now, when you take a skill off of somebody, it turns into a scroll, instead of being gone forever. And if you have any spare skills, you can place them onto someone for free, and be able to take them off later. However, keep in mind, if a character comes with a skill already, you take it off and try to reapply it onto them, it'll cost capacity. That little number next to the skill name on the top right. So you still want to be mindful when you mess around with skills. Other than that, go nuts. The freedom and flexibility you have with this is pretty good. One last thing I'll talk about is supports. Makai and Sylph start with an A support right out the gate, like I mentioned before. You also gain support points for how many chapters you're deployed in, just like in Path of Radiance. You can also speed this up by having characters wait adjacent to one another throughout the chapters. Eventually, though, you will get rank up opportunities as and when they appear. Any character can support with anyone, however, you can only have one support active at a time. All the different bonuses for each affinities are the same, so if you remember those from Path of Radiance, you already know what to expect here. But this example with Makai and South, Wind grants hit and evasion, Dark gains attack and evasion. The library here contains a glossary and such. Here are your records. MVP is whoever gained the most KOs during a battle, and the total amount of EXP earned from that chapter. The glossary and character tree, I would show off now, but these are already filled up from my multiple playthroughs of the game, and these do contain spoilers, so not now. You can save your game while you're at base, and when you're ready to go, you can leave and start the next story chapter, advance the plot. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to take a break. I'll do my preparations either off camera or in the next video, I'm not too sure. But I also want to do base videos where I just sit and talk about the game and characters, like, little by little. Just give my personal perspective on them, the stuff that's normally would not pertain to the actual walkthrough, playthrough, whatever you want to call it. This stuff is purely, the logical side. Those base videos, meanwhile, are going to be my emotional side. So I want to give the full picture, I don't want to leave any details behind. Like I said, if I'm going to redo this game, I want to give it justice. So, that said, base video will pop up sometime, and we will be ready to start the next mission after that. Stay tuned, take care of yourselves, I'll see you next time.